What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here from Darius Pokemon from my home studio. As you can see, I've spruced things up a little bit. I got a backdrop. I got a new microphone. Let's see, can I show off the microphone? I've got a new microphone. I've also got some lights. I just dumped a bunch of the Patreon money into getting this microphone. I also got a new webcam on the way. So this webcam that I'm using right now that's just stuck to the front of the monitor is going to be upgraded. I got that, ordered it on Amazon, awesome. And then I also got some actual real studio lights coming in the mail as well as a new backdrop. I'm going to try out a couple different backdrops. Like, I know I could do a whole green screen thing. It's like, I don't really like that. Like, I like the personable feel. Like, you could see my studio, my space. Like, I don't know. I kind of like having the little square thing going on. I don't really like being a floating head, but like, I don't know. That's just my opinion. Anyways, love the microphone so far. I love having my desk set up like this. It's awesome. And this is actually some time between classes right now. Like I just got off work, just got done teaching, and now I'm getting ready to go to class, and having the studio at my apartment means that I could just like stop by. If I have a free 30 minutes, I could bust out some gameplay. So that's really exciting to me as well. Just having the option to record from home. I mean, streaming's going to be a thing. I also am going to have just some friends over. If I ever have friends over to my apartment, which happens literally all the time, then I could just have them hop on, play a game, and that way you guys can get their perspective on things, you can get my perspective on things, and it's just, I want it to be kind of like a community channel almost, where we have just a bunch of different personalities, just doing gameplays, things like that, giving perspective on Pokemon, and just I want the competitive channel to kind of embody that. So having the home studio will just clear up space at Darium's main studio, and will just allow for more of that to happen, I think, and will just be really exciting. So I'm excited about the developments. Thank you to everybody on Patreon. I mean, the Patreon donors are really the ones that are making this happen, which is amazing. And I hope that it'll just allow me to produce even better content for you guys all back home. I'm rolling this game here with Buzzwole Garbodor. I'm trying out Buzzwole Garbodor. This is not Buzzwole Garbodor with Trashlands. This is just Buzzwole Garbodor. Oh my gosh, what am I playing against? Talonflame. It has been a minute since I've seen Talonflame in Greninja. That is wild. Okay, I mean, I have not seen Talonflame in Greninja since Worlds like 2016. So that is really cool to see Talonflame back in action here. I am playing Buzzwole Garbodor just with just the ability garb. That's it. So I have, let's see, a nest ball. I'm running a little bit of a unique list, so I'm looking forward to showing that off. Let's go ahead and nest ball here. I could get Trubbish. I could get myself a Buzzwole. My Lele's also in deck, so I could get that, but I don't need it because I have Cynthia in hand. So let's just go ahead and let's see what my opponent's got. One Froakie, but I don't have really any way to go and attack that Froakie. So let's just go get the Buzzwole, I think, with that, and then we're just going to max elixir to that a couple times, try and hit some of those. So let's go ahead and crank those out. I guess I should also technically Ultra Ball first, so let's I should have Ultra Ball before I did that first max elixir. I was going to Ultra Ball these things away, though I didn't really want to, and get the Trubbish. Just that way I thin my deck as much as possible. We'll get the Trubbish, and we'll do the next max elixir. We whiff that one, figures. The one where I actually make the correct play I miss, but that's fine. And then I'll just attach to my active Buzzwole and Cynthia here. Now, obviously, Garbodor helps out a lot in this matchup. The matchup can be very close and grindy without Garbodor. Without Garbodor, you pretty much need to play Giratina promo if you want to have things short up against Greninja. Otherwise, you are, really at the whim of just late game ends. And that really is what I found kind of loses you the game versus Greninja without the Giratina promo in normal Buzzwole Lycanroc list. Normal Buzzwole Lycanroc list, you could do fine. You'll go ahead on prizes really quick, but then they just start shadow stitching and they kind of get their board finally built up. And at the end of the game, they can really just stick with an N and then just shadow stitch, and we'll just snipe your whole board away. And things can really escalate quickly, especially if they find their choice bands. If they could get a couple of Greninjas in play, things just get very hectic very quickly. My opponent does not find a... Nope, they're just going to go ahead and Arrow Blitz here. So they don't mind playing the slow game. They don't want to water duplicates because they know that I've got Parallel City out. Parallel City helps a lot. I do have an N in hand, though, so I'm going to be able to just go ahead and get rid of this. Now, the Garbodor version of Buzzwole is just much more grindy. This version that I'm playing, as you can see, plays Max Elixir. I have an Escape Rope or two in here. That was an idea just to help with the fact that you can't just like Octillery into Guzma to attack back to back, so sometimes you might have to just hit an escape rope in order to continue attacking after a knuckle impact. So I think like I like that. And you can see I'm not hitting my Garbodor here. I mean, I'm not playing like the thickest Garbodor line, but we're not playing Trash Lance. So 3-2 I think is what I'm playing, and that seemed fine to me. I could rip this last Max Elixir. That's probably fine. Let's just go ahead and see if we hit it. And we don't. Okay, so we don't have that as an option. Have my two energies here. It looks like we're just going to go ahead and Jet Punch again. I don't really want to put any of my tools down yet, just in case I decide I want some mobility. So let's just Jet Punch, and then we'll put 30 more damage onto the Froakie there. And since my opponent is not water duplicates, they're not going to be springing up Greninjas into play, I don't think. I mean, obviously you can get this one. Frogadier here turned into a Greninja this turn if they'd like to. But this Arrow Blitz, with the Choice Band, that Arrow Blitz is going to start to hurt. So I am interested to see, you know, how this Talonflame version of Greninja works out. As I've said, I have not seen a Talonflame version in some time, and this could be interesting. Oh, and they also play a Staryu, so they play Talonflame and Starmie. The reason why I think the Talonflame version had started to fall out of favor is because Greninja lists were running, you know, kind of auxiliary Pokemon like Starmie. They were running Tapu Fini. They were running Tapu. Some lists were even running Tapu Lele as well. So with all these other basic attackers, you really don't want to run Talonflame because it decreases your odds of starting Talonflame, increases the odds of it just being a dead card in your hand. So this is a little bit of a rough situation for me just because let's see, they did not get a Greninja. Oh, this is fine then. Let's just go ahead and lock things up with Garbodor. I think I'm just going to Ultra Ball away I don't need another Buzzwole. And I think the Tapu Lele, I want to keep the parallel just in case my opponent counters it. And then I think I'm just going to set Garbodor up with like a Choice Band probably. Like I don't really care what tool it is because it doesn't really matter. And then I think I am just going to I could just Sycamore. That would be fine. Or I could Guzma up like this Froakie here and be annoying and then knock out the Frogadier. Bringing up the Staryu doesn't do anything, so I think I'll just bring up this Froakie and then just make it annoying, make my opponent have to retreat. And then we'll just go in with this one and Jet Punch. And we're going to knock out that Frogadier, of course. Finally taking that knockout. We do have Greninja up. We do have Garbodor up. You got to imagine that my opponent probably got a Field Blower or something off of the Talonflame. They may have just gone ahead and gotten the cards they need to set up more Greninjas, though. They probably got Field Blower to get rid of that Parallel City, though. That's why I decided to keep my Parallel City here. Right. I kept the Parallel City because I knew that they were going to go for Field Blower. So now I have Parallel City again. You know, maybe I should have saved my tool knowing that they would have the Field Blower and also that they would not be able to get a Greninja into play. I should have potentially saved my own Choice Band for the following turn to put on Garbodor, but it's fine. You know, I forced my opponent to use the Field Blower there, and then I'm probably going to be able to just Sycamore and grab another tool here. My opponent does get the Starmie out, and it's a little bit bothersome that I don't have any damage yet on that Starmie. However, this parallel that I'm getting ready to play should be pretty good against my opponent. I was going to say, they're not playing Rare Candy, are they? It doesn't look like they are. It looks like, sorry, I got like a little tickle in my throat or something, but looks like, I mean, here, Parallel is going to be an amazing play. I'm going to be able to bump off. They'll probably get rid of the Talonflame and the Froakie, and then I also get to knock out Frogadier. That's like really good, so I will just do that. We're going to put it the blue side towards them. Obviously, the red side is very good against Greninja as well, but in this case, I mean, their bench is loaded. I really want them to get rid of that Froakie and that Talonflame. I'm pretty sure they'll get rid of the Talonflame. Oh, they got rid of the Starmie. That is great. I mean, that's even better for me. Now I just can Jet Punch. We're going to Sycamore. I'll Jet Punch this thing, knock it out. I've got more Float Stones, more Garbodors. What's not to like? This is good. And then I think I'll just save this Float Stone in my hand. No point in benching this other Trubbish. But you can already see just how grindy the Buzzwole version of this deck is. I mean, I am not hitting a lot of draw cards here. There's a Cynthia. Like, okay, I just feel like it's very methodical. It's very like, okay, I play my supporter and that's it. There's no extra draw. There's no extra game actions. I am just going to play Sycamore, and this is my hand, and it's going to stay that way. I'm not going to get to Octillery. I'm not going to get to Lycanroc. I'm not going to get to do anything else. We are just trying to be as oppressive as possible. And what I do like about it, it actually reminds me a little bit of like Yveltal Garbodor almost, just how simple this deck is. I mean, we would just play a little thin Garbodor line, and then basically we try to max elixir onto Buzzwoles and just beat things into submission. And that's really what we're trying to do, more or less. So my opponent, they got the Arrow Blitz again. They're probably going for their other Field Blower, which is super annoying. If I attach my other Float Stone to Garbodor, then that means that if they do get their Field Blower, then they have to choose whether they want to Field Blower the Parallel and Float Stone, or, you know, so it's good like either way. I think attaching maybe the second Float Stone could be good, but actually, if I just Guzma and then knock out that, oh my gosh, I Cynthia'd. I meant to Guzma. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. I thought I clicked Guzma. Okay, well, all hope is not lost, because now you get to see how good Escape Rope is, but I really, truly, truly meant to Guzma there. So that was a little bit frustrating, but it's fine. We'll deal. I will just go ahead and Escape Rope. I really wanted to just Guzma up the Greninja, obviously, and just knock that thing out wholesale. So looks like that is not happening. So we're just going to have to go with plan B here, knock out this Frogadier. I mean, I could do, what am I doing, 50 damage? I could do 50-30 to the Greninja. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do, or I just knock it out with Knuckle Impact while attaching like a Fighting Energy to the Buzzwole. I probably, I really got myself into a bad situation by misclicking. The Cynthia and the Guzma, they look so similar on my screen. Okay, let's, if I Jet Punch could be bad. I think I need to Knuckle Impact. So let's go ahead, attach this Fighting here, and then let's just retreat. And we will attach the second, I mean, do we attach the other tool? I think we saved the tool, even though we know that they got Field Blower. Let's just Knuckle Impact for knockout. And then I have Guzma's in hand to reset the thing. And I got a strong energy off that, so that's really good. So, okay, next time, you know, obviously you Guzma up the Greninja there, knock that out. I don't want my opponent to get a break. I mean, that is going to be rough. But if they get break, Field Blower, and then like N, that's probably pretty bad. But they didn't have all that, so, you know, they just Sycamore. Oh, they Sycamore to Cyrus. Okay, the Cyrus goes to the Lost Zone. Hey, check that out. This is my first time seeing a Prism card in the Lost Zone on PTCGO, so that's pretty cool. But I did like, you know, the Escape Rope seems pretty good, and I'm glad that we got to show that off a little bit. Now, I'm imagining that my opponent is going to, and if they get a Field Blower and a Water Energy, then they're going to knock out this Buzzwole. But if they don't get those things, then I'm cool, which is great, because I would love to be cool. Oh, they did get the Field Blower. Okay, that's fine. So there goes that. I do have the Choice Band in my hand, so I'm going to reinstate Ability Lock next turn. If they have water, do they have the water? They do have the water. Oh, he's going down, huh? I guess I could Absorption. How much can I Absorption for? What, 120? 150, oh, it's enough. I could do absorption for knockout. And then my opponent does not have a Greninja in play, so they will just have to hit me with Talonflame. I'm going to Field Blower that thing, so it's not doing 70. Oh, they're hitting the benched one. What? Okay, so that was not expected. And they probably know that, okay, that's crazy. All right. I was not expecting that. I was expecting, and I should have probably absorptioned last turn. I'm like, this is my first time playing Buzzwole Garb, so weirdly enough, it's actually really different than playing a regular Buzzwole list. So I think what I have to do is retreat. As much as I like hate to do this, I have to like retreat, and then I have to, and because I did not, and literally this is all because I did not. Let's check my deck real quick. It's all because I didn't absorption last turn. I should have absorption last turn. I should have Guzma that thing when I had the chance. So this is like a sloppy game. So I apologize, guys. But hey, I think I'm gonna try and upload this in the same day that I did the Patreon video. So you're getting 2 videos in one day. So and plus I got to get to class, so I can't spend all day on this video. But let's see here. Okay. Now that I've dug myself into this hole, I think that I can either Guzma up something and knock it out. I could Guzma up. I could put Ability Lock back on. We're definitely doing that. And then I could Guzma out the Starmie, knock it out, and 160 on both of these is like really bad. I could Guzma up the Staryu, knock it out, and put 30 more damage on the Greninja Break. But then if my opponent has like Field Blower, then that's like really bad. But I think I have to just hope that my opponent does not have Field Blower. Like, let's just go with that strategy. So we got to keep our energy. I can't retreat. I was thinking about retreating, but I really can't do that. And then let's just double Field Blower both those things off my opponent. I mean, I feel like that doesn't matter almost. I feel like the Brooklyn Hill would be worse. So let's just get rid of both of those. And then let's just Jet Punch. And then put 30 damage onto maybe the Talonflame. All right, let's put 30 damage on the Talonflame, see how that goes. Hopefully we can get ourselves a draw supporter here, start to get out of this mess. Nope, we got an Ultra Ball, though. That doesn't really help too much, considering that we got Garbodor locked up. This game is just full of regrets, guys. Full of regrets. I am filled with regret. However, my opponent does Arrow Blitz here, we are in the clear. We are fine if my opponent just has to Arrow Blitz. But if they come up, they Sycamore, oh, they probably don't have to Arrow Blitz then. They are probably going to end up going in with Greninja Break. And I have 2 really heavily damaged Buzzwoles. I am not liking this. Enhanced Hammer, oh my goodness. I don't think I'm going to be able to take my last prizes. I was so close to being able to run my opponent off the board, and then what happened? Because a couple misplays on my part. I mean, knowing when to. I mean, I'm still in like Buzzwole Lycanroc mode. I think just not thinking about the fact that if they don't have the Field Blower, that's great. But not thinking about that I was thinking that I should like save my GX attack and not absorption, but I'm realizing in this version of the deck, you like have to absorption. I mean, obviously there's no Lycanroc, so I don't know what I was thinking trying to save that. Let's go ahead, just check the deck again. All right, plenty of draw supporters, none of them here with me, but that's fine. Let's just go ahead and Guzma, and I mean we can win. We could pull this one out. We just have to get a little lucky. That's fine. I've gotten a little lucky before. Let's see. We're gonna bring out this Buzzwole here, because that one has a strong. We'll attach this one here. We just gotta hope that my opponent does not get like game next turn. So let's just Knuckle Impact this thing, knock it out. And so long as my opponent doesn't have just Field Blower and Water Shuriken, then I mean they could clear my whole board. They scoop. Oh, we got there. They didn't have another Field Blower, so all right, that is very lucky on my part. Really squeaked that one out despite my kind of suboptimal play. At least I realized when mistakes were happening though, and I kind of let you guys know what I should have been doing as I was doing it. So I mean that's the whole point. This is like probably my second game with Buzzwole Garbodor ever. So I'm learning. Hopefully you guys are learning too, and we're all learning together. So that's the whole point. But Buzzwole Garbodor, it has some good options that straight Buzzwole Lycanroc does not have. On the other hand, you can kind of get stuck in these like Garbodor hands, just like I'm not drawing extra cards. So this is just I'm working with what I got. and that's it. So let's go ahead, show off the list real quick just so you guys can see what my Buzzwole Lycanroc list is looking like, or my Buzzwole Garb list is looking like right now. And I was really thinking about like kind of like the Yveltal Garbodor deck. Yeah, it feels similar to that deck in a lot of ways. Just got the one Lele. I'm not even playing Bridget. Instead of playing Bridget, I just decided to play a Nest Ball. And I think I would like to fit another Nest Ball or two, but the Bridget just seemed weak. I think with this deck, I want to draw cards early, and with what, 4 Ultra Ball, a Nest Ball, and 3 Trubbish, I felt like I'm probably gonna find a Trubbish early enough. And Bridget just felt so bad for this deck because my attacker's Buzzwole, and then my other Pokemon that I need to get is Trubbish. So I felt like I had plenty of outs to Trubbish that I don't need to play Bridget in here. I'd rather just play a lot of draw supporters. 4 Cynthia, 4 Goosebump, 4 N, 4 Sycamore. Like, the deck should be consistent. I'm trying to overcompensate for the fact that Garbodor decks can be inconsistent. But, obviously you saw there, you still just get these hands like, well, yeah, I've got like 7 draw supporters in deck, and none of them are in my hand. So, anyways, this is what we're working with. Got the Escaper up there, obviously, just so that you can attack on turns after you Knuckle Impact. Obviously, I need to start using Absorption a little bit better, because that's the only GX attack in this deck now, so I gotta start using it. But anyways, thank you all for watching the video. Let me know, what do you think of Buzzwole Garbodor in the comments below. Make sure to like the video, sub to the channel. Peace.